Hey everybody, welcome back. You're watching Vegas Detect. I'm Joey. How you guys doing today? Well guys, I got another good one for you today. It wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. I had originally planned to go out to the Marina and out to the lake today and revisit a couple of the markers that I had put out there so that we can measure how much the water loss that we can visually see. And that wasn't able to happen. Last night, my neighbors up above my unit, their water heater broke and flooded out my unit. It all came down and the carpets were all messed up and flooded out, and I had to wait for maintenance to come down and basically rip out that water heater, and the carpet guys had to come through. You know the dilemma, guys. You know how the situation, so I won't bring it into you. So anyways, minor setback. So anyways, what I decided to do is to go ahead and give you a breakdown as to some of the data that I have and updates for the lake. And it looks like, guys, it looks like we're getting a little bit of rain coming down out here today, man. So it's not 115 degrees where I'm freaking dying. It's more like about 98 with high humidity. It doesn't really matter, man. You know how it is out here, whether it's 115 degrees, if it's raining, if it's tornado and snow, you know I got to come out here and give you these neighborhood walk and talk reports. So let's go ahead and jump into it. I got a good one for you guys. So anyways, the water report today. Oh yeah, I'm over here at Cactus Wren Park, and I come to this park all the time. It's like a little hidden gem. You got these $1 million estates right here, and it's kind of a little hidden area. I call it Gratitude Park because there's like these little cherry blossom trees out here, and it's really nice. Nobody comes out here, and at night these little lipstick things that you see popping up, they actually light up with little teeny lights lighting up these roads here. It's really nice, man. Really cool walk, and it's just right across the street from where I'm at. So anyways, let's get into this report. The water report for today, it's 1,041 feet down from 1,044, which was the last time that we went out to the lake and took a reading, okay? Boat ramps. The only boat ramp that is open right now is Hemingway Harbor. The rest of them are all closed, as you can see here on this little teeny clip. Yeah, so we're down to just one harbor that's open. The rest of them are shut down. One boat. It says that nothing over 24 feet can go in because of how shallow the actual ramp is, and it's got to be a shallow hull boat. So that's the only thing getting the pass to go into the lake right now. It's just the one ramp and 24-foot boats. All right, guys. So we are currently right now at 150 feet from Deadpool. Okay, here's a little graph there showing you exactly where we're at. So far this year, it looks like that the reservoir has dropped more than 24 feet. That's always a nice thing to hear. 24 feet down. And it's anticipated that it's going to drop an additional 30 feet by September of 2023. Jesus, man. Can never get a break, man. You know what I mean? Anyways, Department of Reclamation reports, they're not crystal ball reports. You know, when they give this to you, this is just the best guess when they give you these reports. And it's being reported that these guys are, you know, they're not pessimistic enough. With the dry spell, the drought that we're having, their reports are skewed. And as a matter of fact, a lot of people are saying that they're just too optimistic that things are going to get better, that the snowpack is going to get better, and that the Rockies are going to have a better season. Guys, I don't see that. That sounds like just a bunch of hopium to me. I mean, they don't have any climate models to prove otherwise, so how can you just ride on that? You know, it's a scary thing to live and have the future of your family and your loved ones, you know, ride on this hopium that doesn't have any backing to it, that the weather is going to get better and the snowpack is going to get better. How does the Department of Reclamation figure out these forecasts? Now guys, I don't go with government website information anymore. I just don't trust it. Me, I go off of university studies. You know, I go off of what I have coming out of UNLV from a lot of my geology department friends that are there. And I also find reports in Utah. Yeah, the University of Utah up in Salt Lake City, I get their reports, and I trust those reports better coming out of the universities than I trust with than any government agency. So the forecast models, they use data. Let me get this right here. So there's these are abbreviated. It says the Colorado River Basin Forecast Center. There you go. The Colorado River Basin Forecast Center. Jesus, those are a lot of words. Anyways, they come up with their own reports, okay? And they use things, it's a 24-month report, but they use two different type of reports. One report is for the first half of the year, and then they use a different report for the second part of the year. So they use things as soil condition, precipitation, temperature, and they observe the snowpack. And they combine all of this information and they come up with a report, and they use that report for the first year, okay? Now, it's the second year that's the problem, okay? The second year is where the numbers are always screwy and wrong. So in the second year, they use a different report, and they use a 30-year forecast model, okay? And that 30-year forecast history, it's only updated each decade. So what's going on here is that they're using a 30-year report to forecast what's going to happen next year. And those reports are skewed because we had different wetness and rain conditions, and we weren't going through the severe drought that we're going through for the past few years. And they don't include that in their models. Now, using data from 1991 to 2020, they're using that information to actually predict the water levels for the year 2023. Now, the university studies projections are showing that the reclamation department's projections are just way off. And on a 2-year graph, on this 2-year graph that I'm going to show you here, it shows that they projected 2 years ago that this year our water projection was slated for 1,081 feet. And it is nowhere near there, guys. The actual water level is 1,000, as of today, it's 1,041. So you're looking at a total difference there of almost 40 feet difference that they got wrong. So my question is this: if they're projecting that in September of 2023, if they're projecting that the water is going to be down 30 feet, what if they're wrong? They were wrong 40 feet this year. What if that 40 feet is tacked on next year? So instead of it being 1,010 feet, it's actually down to 970 feet. Guys, that is hovering way too close to Deadpool. All right? I mean, like I said, man, they don't have a crystal ball to tell you what is going to happen. This is just their best guess based on forecast predictions. And it's been proven time and time again by these universities that their second-year predictions are always off. Now, it says, unfortunately, the reservoir and the dams, they use that projection, those projections that they get, they're locked into the reservoir operations, and it's unlikely to be adjusted. So once they get it and they put it and they actually instill it into the dam, they're going to continue to release the same amount of water for the same amount of duration at a specific time, and they're going to continue to repeat this over and over again without any type of attention to the current situation at the lake. So that water could just completely run all the way down to zero. It doesn't matter what they're observing. The dam is locked in to letting a certain amount of water go, and that's just how it's going to be, and that's how it's going to play out. And it's been this way for decades, not likely to change. Now, I tell you, man, a lot of this stuff has to come down to water rights. And guys, these water rights were written back in 1928. You know what I mean? And the population, agriculture, farming, all that was different back then. You know, things need to be rewritten now. We can't continue to just go off of those numbers, man, because those numbers are just not going to hold. The Colorado was never intended to be put under these type of loads. you know, with all this population and agriculture. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know that the comments that I'm actually getting from this channel, man, are overwhelmingly positive. It really seems like you guys totally understand where it is that I'm coming from when it comes down to me making these reports. Now look, I am in no way trying to scare people and cause panic and stuff like that. Look, I'm a resident of this community here. I've been a resident of Las Vegas since I was 13 years old, you know, and I've watched it grow from a $500,000 to the 2.2 million that it is today. And I just want people to be aware, and I want people to understand and know what's going on, because when I go to work and I talk about water, or people tell me, hey Joey, I see you're doing, you know, YouTube videos, that's great. And I'm like, yeah, but are you getting any information from what I'm telling you concerning, you know, the future of this community? And like I said, man, you know what? As long as people can go out to the lake and look out there and see blue, and as long as they can just go to any faucet and turn it on and water comes out, it's good. It's all good, and it's just going to continue being that way. So either people are purposely being ignorant and ignoring what's going on and don't care, or they're just ignorant to the entire situation altogether. Now, like I said, the comments that I'm getting from you guys are overwhelmingly positive, dude. And it's from around the world, because let me tell you, many people around the world, all the way from Germany, people are telling me that their snowpack in their mountains have dropped from 6 foot a year down to almost nothing, you know? And I'm like, wow, really? You know, the Alps, they're having problems out there too. So there is definitely something going on, and something to be said about climate change. I know it's been a long talk. People have been discussing it. Some people believe it. Some people say that it's fake. But you know what? I'm seeing time and time again, all these different communities are reporting in that they're also having struggles where they're at. It's not just one area, but I could tell you, people around the world are watching what's going on here at Lake Mead, and they're using that as a lesson for things possibly to come in the areas that they're at. Whether you're in America or in, you know, South America or in UK or whatever, people are experiencing this type of same situation going down wherever they're at, and they're just watching what's going on down here. Now guys, I can't convince everybody to pay attention to what's going on, okay? I mean, you're gonna, no matter what, I'd say 99.8% of what I get on my comment boards are absolutely supportive and positive. But every so often you get a foolio that wants to shoot in there and say something absolutely ridiculous. And I can't even engage with that, bro, because you can't convince some people that their hair is on fire even when they can smell the smoke. You know, you just can't. And unfortunately, those people can't be helped. You know, it's like these people here would rather believe government reports instead of actually going out to their swimming pool in the backyard that they used to be able to swim in up to their neck, and now the water's down to the drain and they're just splashing around in a puddle, and they'll still believe government reports and whatever city officials tell them. Don't worry, next year we expect that the snowpack is going to be better. There's going to be better storms, better rains. And what would lead you to believe that? What reports would lead you to believe that that's going to happen? Just hopium. Well, guys, I know Las Vegas is a gambling town, but they're gambling on the livelihood of your family. They're gambling on the livelihood of your community. They're gambling on you, and they're gambling on me. You know, so people are asking me, so what is your bug out plan, man? What are you prepping for? What should I do? And right now, guys, all I'm asking is that you guys don't be a monkey, okay? Because what it is you've got the water reclamation is the big monkey, King Kong. King Kong passes the information down to the orangutan. That's the water authority of your district. Your water authority is the next monkey in line, and then he passes his information down to all the little spider monkeys. And everybody's just monkeys. You know what I mean? Nobody can think for themselves, and they just ride along until it's too late. Don't be a monkey. You know what? My mom told me that when she was in Thailand, she used to remember they used to have monkey traps where they would have coconuts, and they would drill a little hole and they have a chain to the coconut, and the monkey would, they would put like some type of food inside there, and the monkey would put his hand in the hole, and then when he would try to grab the food, he would form a fist, and then he couldn't get his hand out of the hole. But the monkey is too dumb to just let go of the food, and his hand would come right out. Don't be a monkey. Don't be a ponded carp. And don't be a monkey, guys. That's all I'm asking for you. So anyways, people are telling me, Joey, what should I do? What do you think? You know, I've been watching these reports and I never knew it was this dire because I'm so busy going to work and making money for my family. What do you think I should do? Listen, guys, all I'm asking people to do here, man, is have some sort of a bug out plan, okay? I'm not trying to create panic. I'm not trying to create fear mongering. I just want you guys to be aware. Watch what's going on, listen, look at reports, whether it be one of my channel's reports or anybody else's reports. Just do not just keep going off and just believing whatever the news tells you. I just don't trust every single thing that they tell me, because a lot of times, man, I think they're undercutting the severity of the situation as to not cause community panic, all right? So my bug out plan, guys, is I'm waiting for about 1,000 feet to happen, okay? This water gets around 1,000 feet, it's time, all right? It's time to do what needs to be done. I've talked to my father about it. I've talked to my mother, you know, and those are the only two people that I really, you know, my sister, she's doing well enough for herself. She's got a brain on her head. She's a therapist. If she wants to move out, she can do that instantly. It's a little bit more difficult for me to, you know, convince my mother and father, who's in their 80s, to do the same thing or to do what's right, okay? Now, I feel bad because, guys, I convinced my father to move back to Las Vegas, and I should have just left him where he was at. He had moved up to Oregon, and he was doing quite well up in Oregon. But because he was so old, he had his ranch about an hour, hour and a half outside of Portland, right near Seaside in Rainier. And dude, he was doing well out there. He had his own his own water pump, right? He had chickens, he had eggs, you know, he had some goats. He had a greenhouse that had, like, you know, definitely all his vegetables that he ever needed. He could have well survived very, very well. But the only thing he didn't have was access to medical. And, you know, we would have to fly up there a couple times a year because my dad would be in the hospital for having like mild heart attacks and stuff like that. And I just thought it would be a better idea for him to come back here to Vegas, where the hospitals are nearby, facilities are nearby for him. But he gave all those things up. And now that we're going through this situation out here, I do feel bad for him that I have to come down and sit down with him and tell him, possibly, Dad, we might need to box everything up and move out here. But I mean, I'm not saying that it needs to be done like immediately, but it needs to be thought out. So I'm telling people to write out a plan. You know what I mean? If it starts to head, if that water starts to head down to 1,000, that is when the second intake comes out of the actual lake, and there's only one last ditch effort left, and it's going to be the third straw. That's the last pipe that's down there, and then it's SOL for everybody, man. It's SOL for Arizona, SOL for Southern California, definitely SOL for Vegas. And if you haven't sold your home by then, ain't nobody going to want to buy your home in that present condition. But at 1,000 feet, and what is that? Where are we at right now, man? 1,041. So we're 41 feet away from that happening. But I can't let it go any lower than that. At that, and they're projecting that that won't happen. But like I said, the projections have always been wrong. It was a 40 feet difference already this year. So yeah, man, my plan is to move to Seaside, Oregon. And I think that I can survive out there and I can be happy out there in Seaside. It's right along the coast, and there's enough going on there that I can still enjoy myself. I could do, you know, pier fishing. I could do beach metal detecting. I can hunt for clams, and I could definitely enjoy a nice fish and chips dinner with a nice cold beer right along the coast and continue doing these type of reports from Oregon. And that's my plan, guys, is 1,000 feet. When that level hits 1,000, that's the time that I think that we're going to go ahead and pull the plug. I mean, right now people are spending insane amount of money for homes. I can tell you these homes right around here, they're all estates in here, and these homes are 1.5 mil for these homes. Somebody's got the money to continue living out here, and maybe these guys ain't worried about water because they can have a 2,000 gallon tank put in their backyard and have private water come and pumped in for them, and they just may stay and stick it out because the party life in Vegas is just too much to move away from. But for the average Joes, they're not going to be able to contend with that, and they're going to have to pick up and leave. So that's my plan, guys. That's all I'm asking is if you have anybody that are down in these southern lower basin states, man, if you have loved ones, family members, consider getting along with them, getting together with them, and just kind of like, you know, put it in their head that maybe you guys need to write out a plan. And if things get that far, you know, beyond the 1,000 mark, if these people are still crazy enough to buy your homes for the inflated amount of money that they're asking for them, go ahead. I mean, I know my dad paid $270 for his house right around the corner, and they offered him close to $395 for it. And then my mom paid like $280,000 for her house, and one of the realtors came by and offered her $460 for it. So, hey man, look, you can't stick it out forever. I'm not telling you guys to panic. I'm not telling you guys to do anything drastic. No, just be aware, keep your head on a swivel, have a little plan, write something out, man. Think of a place that you can stomach, that you could actually enjoy living in, that's somewhere not too far out in the middle of nowhere, that everybody can be happy with. And you know, just start laying some things out, man. That's all I'm trying to do. I mean, I'm going to continue doing my report. As long as I can continue doing this stuff, I wouldn't care if I'm doing it from Oregon. I wouldn't care. You know, I like doing these neighborhood walk and talk reports, and it seems like you guys enjoy coming along with me, and I'll continue to keep doing that. So folks, that's all I got for you here today, and I'm hoping that we get a little bit of rain. It feels really nice. I got a little bit of a breeze blowing on me here. Oh, and by the way, guys, I'm trying out this new microphone right here because it is like deathly windy out here, and I'm just trying to improve my quality of the audio in the wind. As you can see there, whole lot of wind action. But I got this little teeny cute little wind muff on the little Rode Wireless Go, so we're gonna use this here in this video and see how it turns out. How's that look? And I'm gonna try to get out to the lake tomorrow and take a look at those markers with you and find out what's going on out there. But for right now, man, this is the current little report that I wanted to give you for today. This is Joey. You're watching Vegas D-Tech. If you guys haven't done so already, hey guys, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Share this information, man, with people, your colleagues, you know, your friends, family, and such. If you guys are going through or thinking that there's some type of situation in your community and you guys are watching what's going on out here as a precursor to what might be going on in your community, if we can help, or if I can help you in any way, you know, then I'm doing my job out here, guys. So anyways, man, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And I guess I'll just wrap this thing up right now, and I'll catch you guys back here on the next episode. You guys be well. Take care.